Dear friends, please stop what you are doing right now and listen closely to what I'm about to tell you. A major change to Social Security regulations is coming on January 1st. Should you act now or risk losing your benefits? This is not a rumor, and it's not a sensational headline. This is an official regulation from the Social Security Administration, SSA. And if you receive Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, your monthly financial benefit, your livelihood, is directly at risk. I have read through the entire official document from the SSA to help you understand this clearly. And I say this with absolute seriousness. If you are slow to update just one simple requirement, your benefit payment could be delayed by 1 to 2 months, or worse, stopped completely. Millions of people have already experienced this without understanding the reason why. In the next few minutes, I will show you what changes are taking place, who is affected, and specifically the steps you need to take today so you don't lose the benefits you've contributed to your whole life. Please watch until the end, because your financial future depends on what you do right now. Dear friends, let's now analyze the details. Exactly what major changes the Social Security Administration, SSA, is implementing, starting January 1st, so you can see clearly why you need to act immediately. If you are currently receiving Social Security, SSI, or SSDI benefits, these shifts can directly affect your monthly income. First, and most importantly, an extremely critical change. The SSA is almost completely discontinuing the mailing of paper checks, meaning you will no longer receive checks as you did before. Instead, all benefits are required to be sent via bank transfer, direct deposit, or a government-supported prepaid card, for example, the Direct Express card. This means that if you are still using paper checks and haven't registered for electronic payment, you risk not receiving your benefit without even knowing it. That's not a threat, it's the reality of the new regulation. I urge you, immediately after watching this video, to take a few minutes to sign up for electronic payments to avoid being left out. Second, the SSA is tightening regulations on reporting income and living status. Any changes to your income, extra work, change of residence, or people living with you must be reported accurately. Failure or delay in reporting can easily lead the SSA to determine you have been overpaid compared to your actual entitlement, and they will seek to recover that money. In many cases, this leads to them deducting all or most of that month's benefit, leaving the recipient going from a full payment to empty-handed. For many, this is a major shock. Therefore, if you have any changes in your job, income, or place of residence, update your information with the SSA as soon as possible. Third, regarding the cost of living adjustment, COLA, for 2026. The SSA is increasing the COLA by about 2.8%. While this sounds like your benefit will increase, the reality is not that simple. At the same time, the cost of the recipient's health insurance, for example, the premium for Medicare Part B, is increasing by about 10%. This means the amount deducted for health insurance may be larger than the COLA increase, resulting in your actual take-home benefit decreasing or only increasing minimally after deductions. For many relying on benefits, that difference may not be enough to cover the cost of medication, living expenses, or utilities. So, despite the COLA increase, if you don't review your health insurance deductions, you could easily fall short of your budget or even face a deficit. Finally, another significant but less discussed change. The SSA plans to reduce in-person services at field offices by about 50%. This means many people, especially the elderly, those not familiar with technology, or those who need to resolve complex procedures, will find it difficult to visit an office for assistance as before. If you need help signing up for electronic payments, updating records, submitting documents, or appealing an overpayment, it will be very challenging if you don't know how to use a computer or the internet. For many, this cut in in-person service could turn a simple task into a major barrier. When I look at this entire picture, you should realize these are not minor, isolated changes, but a comprehensive overhaul affecting how Social Security pays, monitors, and manages benefits. If you do not actively adapt, register for direct deposit, monitor your account yourself, update your personal information, then the risk of losing benefits or having delayed payments is entirely possible. And so, instead of waiting until you receive a notice or a returned check, you should be proactive right now. Being proactive not only ensures you continue to receive regular payments, but also helps you react promptly if there's an issue, instead of being surprised when you need the money most. Remember, when it comes to social benefits, this is not charity. It is a right that you, the people who have contributed throughout your lives, deserve to receive. And now, protecting that right primarily depends on whether you update your records according to the new regulations. Next, I will guide you through the practical steps you need to take immediately to ensure you don't miss out on those benefits. Now that we understand the important changes taking place, I will guide you through the exact steps you need to take immediately to ensure your Social Security benefits are not interrupted. I want to emphasize that these actions are very simple. You don't need to be a tech expert or have a deep understanding of procedures. Just follow this section and implement each step, and you will retain the benefits you deserve. The first and most important step is to switch to electronic payments. If you are still receiving benefits via paper check, that is very dangerous right now. The new regulation is virtually ending the paper check payment method completely. If you don't switch to direct deposit or the Direct Express card, you are highly likely to stop receiving your monthly benefit on time. What I want you to do immediately after watching this video is to call your bank directly for assistance with setting up automated direct deposit. If you don't have a bank account, you can use the Direct Express card. This is a government-issued card for receiving benefits. It's secure and easy to use. Do not underestimate this step, as it is the key to ensuring your money flow isn't blocked. Next, many people overlook an important task: checking your My Social Security account, or what I often call My SSA. This is the SSA's official online portal, where your entire benefit record, payment history, verification requests, and change reports are displayed. I'm telling you honestly, just a few months of not checking can cause you to miss a notice requesting an information update. And the consequence is your payments are stopped without you even knowing. So I urge you to log in today. If you don't have an account, create one immediately. This only takes 2 to 5 minutes, but can save you from losing thousands of dollars in benefits. I want you to pause the video right now and check My SSA. It takes just 2 minutes, but can save your entire benefit. The third step is critically important. If you have any change related to your residence, bank account, living status with a relative, or earned income from work, notify the SSA immediately. If you fail to report in a timely manner, the SSA's system may determine you have been overpaid, and they will begin to recover the overpayment. They have the right to deduct up to 100% of the amount in one or more subsequent payment periods. I have seen many people receive a recovery bill without understanding what is happening. Don't let yourself fall into the same trap. Just a phone call to the SSA or an update directly on My SSA can resolve the issue. The fourth step? Check if the SSA is requesting you to submit verifying documents. As the government tightens procedures to combat fraud, they may require you to resubmit documents proving your residence, bank account, or income. If you are slow to submit or miss a required document, they will temporarily suspend payments pending receipt of all information. Therefore, if you receive any notice requesting documents, submit them right away. Don't let the process drag on, leaving you anxious and struggling. Finally, I want you to learn a crucial habit. Keep all documents related to your benefits, from payment notices, change notifications, medical records for SSI or SSDI to income verification documents. Store them in one place so that when the SSA requests them, you can provide them immediately. Without the documents, you have to prove your eligibility from scratch, which is both time-consuming and increases the risk of payment interruption. So these 5 actions sound simple, but are the shield protecting your life. We are entering a phase where the SSA is transitioning strongly to an electronic system, tightening control processes, and cutting in-person services by half. We have no choice but to become more self-sufficient in protecting our benefits. You have contributed for decades throughout your working life. Don't let procedural changes cause you to lose what you deserve. In the next section, I will tell you specifically what consequences you will face if you don't act. And trust me, they are not minor issues. So don't go anywhere. We'll continue right after this. I want you to really focus, because in this section I will point out the practical consequences that you may face if you do not act now. I always say Social Security is not a privilege. It is a right that you have contributed to throughout your working life. But a small procedural change can cause that benefit to be delayed or even temporarily suspended entirely. And the most worrying thing is that many people only realize the problem when it is too late. The first and most common issue I am seeing in many people is a delay in receiving benefits by 1 to 2 months. I receive too much feedback from SSI or SSDI recipients saying they haven't received their scheduled benefit. Upon checking, the reason is often very simple. They were still receiving paper checks but were unaware of the new regulation requiring a complete switch to electronic payment. They didn't have a MySSA account to monitor notices, and just like that, their payments were interrupted without any timely warning. For me, just 1 month without benefits is a major risk. But for you who have to pay rent, medication, and food every month, that is a direct threat to your livelihood. Secondly, when money is not received on time, a chain reaction of consequences occurs immediately. Many of you rely entirely or heavily on your monthly benefit. If that payment is delayed by just a few weeks, you might miss rent payments, leading to the risk of penalties or losing your housing. Without money for medicine, treatment is interrupted. Without money for groceries, life becomes unstable. All because of one simple thing you haven't done: updating your records according to the new regulations. Third, if you fail to update your income, living status, or personal information with the SSA, you could fall into the trap of an overpayment recovery. The unfortunate truth is that most people only find out when the SSA sends a letter stating they will deduct a large part or all of the benefit in multiple consecutive payment periods to recover the amount considered overpaid. I have encountered cases where individuals were deducted up to 50%, even 100% in 1 month. They were not only surprised but had no contingency plan to get through that period. Another issue that is no less serious: the SSA is significantly reducing in-person service at field offices, so if you let your file become complicated before seeking help, resolution could take weeks, months, or longer. You will have to wait longer for assistance. Meanwhile, the financial resource you depend on every month will be suspended without a definite date for when you will receive it again. No one wants to be in that kind of agonizing wait. And here is the most severe consequence that I want you to truly pay attention to. If your file is invalid or information is not updated in a timely manner, the SSA can terminate payments while waiting for verification. This means you could wake up one day and realize there is no money from Social Security in your account. This situation is not rare. It is happening every day to people who are unaware of the new changes, and I don't want any of you to fall into that circumstance. Just think about it. For delaying one small step, you could exchange your entire financial future for many months. You have paid Social Security taxes for decades of work. You have been through enough hardships in life. Don't let administrative changes obstruct the rights you have worked hard to build your entire life. I am not saying this to scare you, but to help you clearly see the importance and urgency of updating your records today. Remember, these consequences are completely avoidable. Just a few minutes of proactive effort can help you maintain control and ensure your benefits arrive on time. In the next section, I will look with you at the bigger picture and the hopes ahead. Because even with these difficulties, there are also positive changes that can help improve your life in the coming period. Don't leave the screen and continue to stay with me. We will move on to the next section right now. Let's take a deeper look at why these changes are happening now. I know that when your benefits are affected, many people feel anxious, even angry, because things are becoming more complicated. But for us to adapt well, it's important to understand the purpose behind these changes. Once you understand, you will see that not all of them are negative. First, the government is dealing with increasingly sophisticated fraud and abuse of the Social Security system. There are cases of identity fraud, false income reporting, or illegitimate benefit receipt over long periods that authorities don't detect in time simply because the management process still relies heavily on paper and manual work. By switching to electronic data management and requiring closer information updates, the government hopes to protect benefit funds for the right people who need them. I believe all of us want our benefits to be protected from fraudsters. The second reason is to reduce operating costs. Do you know that every paper check sent out incurs a cost including printing, postage, processing, and even the risk of loss or theft through the mail? With millions of recipients, the amount of money saved from eliminating paper checks each year is substantial. That savings can be reinvested back into the program itself, helping the system operate more stably and sustainably. In addition, the U.S. population is aging rapidly. More and more people are reaching retirement age and needing benefits, while the budget is not increasing commensurately. The government is forced to optimize management, avoid waste, and ensure the program's long-term existence. This is not an easy decision, but it is necessary so that future generations will still have a social security system to rely on. Furthermore, technological changes and electronic processes help make payments faster and more transparent. When all information and payments are updated in real time, you can easily check the status of your file, detect errors, if any, and receive your money on schedule. This is something many people couldn't do before when they still relied on paper checks and notices sent via slow mail. Finally, I want to highlight a positive signal. These reforms are actually paving the way for important bills, such as the proposal to increase benefits by about $200 per month for low-benefit recipients. This means that if we embrace the changes and share our voices, our benefits could be strengthened in the near future. The modernization and better control today can become the foundation for increased welfare tomorrow. So instead of just looking at the immediate difficulties, you should view this as an inevitable transition for the system to operate more effectively, sustainably, and fairly for all of us. We can absolutely adapt if we know what we need to do, and that is why I am always here to guide you through every step of this process. Dear friends, we have gone through all the major changes related to Social Security starting January 1st. This is an extremely critical time. If you are slow in updating your records and payment method by just a few steps, the benefits you deserve could be interrupted. Therefore, I hope that immediately after this video ends, you will take the steps I have guided you through. Taking a few minutes to act today will help protect the monthly income you rely on to maintain a stable life. I always say that Social Security is the result of a lifetime of work and contribution. No one has the right to take that away, but in a system undergoing a strong transformation like the present, the person who ensures those benefits are not lost is you. Be proactive. Check your MySSA account, update your payment method, and keep all important documents to ensure you always have control over your benefits. And before we conclude, I want to remind you that all the information I shared today is based on verified data and official sources. This video is built from publicly available data sources, including statistical reports, market analysis, information from government agencies, and reputable specialized studies. Our goal is to provide a clear, objective, and up-to-date reference point for retirees and their families to have a better basis for choosing a suitable place to live, not just for the present, but for the long-term future. We do not represent any government, organization, or real estate company and have no intention of promoting or favoring any particular region. Every individual has different circumstances, needs, and priorities, and we respect the diversity of personal choice. The channel is always aimed at sharing constructive, neutral information that brings practical value to the retiree community. If this video was helpful, I hope you will support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with your family, neighbors, or anyone relying on Social Security benefits. Because I believe that every one of us deserves to have our benefits protected, and no one should have to go through the experience of a benefit cut simply due to a lack of information. Please leave a comment below, let me know which state you live in, and if you have updated your payment method yet. I will always be here to accompany, support, and update you on the latest changes so you can be financially secure and stable in the coming time. Thank you for spending your time watching. I am the one who always supports you on the journey to protecting your Social Security benefits. We will see each other in the next videos. I wish you good health and to always be proactive in your life.